Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about solve problems involving linear functions. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So I will give you 4 examples class for you to really understand this one class. And we'll be answering this one class step by step. Once again class, if this video helps, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. Mario wants to run a jeepney route in Cebu City. The fare is 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers and an additional of 1 peso and 50 cents for each kilometer after that. How much will their jeepney earn if it travels 12 kilometers? Once again, class, if you're dealing with problem solving, the first thing that you need to do is you need to understand the problem. Now, once you understand the problem, class, you can write down the given for you to be guided. Now, in this given example number 1 class, we can actually do the mental math class with regards to this one because it says on the second statement, the fare is 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. Therefore, this will be our starting fare. Once again, class, we already have the idea, class, that the starting fare or the base fare, there will be 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. So let me just write that one, class. Our base fare or the starting fare, there will be 9 pesos. So 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. Now it says on the second statement, class, an additional of 1 peso and 50 cents for each kilometer after that. So therefore, class, on the 5th kilometer, you will add 1.50. On the 6th kilometer, you will add 1.50. On the 7th kilometer, you will add 1.50. So after the first 4 kilometers, class, you will add 1.50 for every kilometer. So therefore, on the 5th kilometer, you will add 1.50. On the 6th kilometer, you will add 1.50. On the 7th kilometer, you will add 1.50, and then so on. Now, you traveled 12 kilometers. Once again, that's the total distance. That would be 12 kilometers. Therefore, class, to get the remaining kilometers, after the first 4 kilometers, you just simply subtract this one, right? Once again, we have given total distance. So total distance, that would be 12 kilometers. So that would be 12 kilometers. Therefore, if we do the mental math, basic competition class, we need to get, class, the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. Once again, we need to get the remaining kilometers after the first 4 kilometers. And to do that, we just simply subtract this one, right? We just simply subtract 12 minus 4 to get the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. So to get that one, so number traveled after the first 4 kilometers, so we can just simply subtract this one. So number traveled after the first 4 kilometers, after the first 4 kilometers, we just simply subtract this one, right? 12 minus 4, so that would be 8 kilometers. So therefore, number traveled after the first 4 kilometers, that would be 8 kilometers, right? And then to do the mental math, since every kilometer after the first 4 kilometers, you will add 1.50, you simply multiply this one, right? Because in every kilometer in this given 8 kilometers, you will add 1.50 on the 5th kilometer, on the 6th kilometer, the 7th kilometer, on the 8th kilometer, and then so on. So therefore, to get that one, we just simply multiply this one, right? This will be 8 kilometers multiplied by 1.50 and then plus the base fare. Once again, class, this 9 pesos right here is the starting fare, the base fare. And then simply multiply this one, class, and then add it by 9. That would be the answer, class. Basic computation, class. Because in every kilometer after the first 4 kilometers, you will add 1.50. Now, the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers, that would be 8. So simply multiply this one, right? 8 times 1.50, because in every kilometer, class, with this given 8 kilometers, you will add 1.50. So 8 times 1.50, let's do that. So 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 0 carry 4. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4. That would be 12. Now, if you're multiplying decimals, class, you need to count the numbers to the right of the decimal point. We have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. Therefore, class, our answer, we need to have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. So therefore, the decimal point is here, right? Because we have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point. So 8 times 1.50, the answer, class, is 12 plus 9. Therefore, that would be 21. So that would be 21 pesos. Therefore, class, every passenger, if you travel 12 kilometers, you will pay 21 pesos. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1 if you do the mental math. But since we need to have our given and then we need to have our equation, alright, let's do that. Let's do it step by step. So let me just erase this one. Alright, and then to solve this one, class, we can use the slope-intercept form equation of a line. That would be y equals mx plus b. So we can use this one in solving for number 1. Alright, so once again, let me just write down the given for us to be guided. So our given, let's start with x, variable x, and this will be our independent variable. I'm sure, class, you're done with independent and dependent variable. So x will be our independent variable. So this will be the number of kilometers. So number of kilometers traveled. So number of kilometers traveled after the first 4 kilometers. So after the first 4 kilometers. Alright, so this will be our independent variable. So this will be our independent variable. And then we also have y. So that will be the total fare. So y will be the total fare. So total fare. And this will be our dependent variable. So y will be the total fare. And this will be our dependent variable. And then we also have additional fare. That will be 1.50. So once again, class, we also have our additional fare. That would be 1 peso and 50 cents. So we have our 1.50, 1 peso and 50 cents. This will be our additional fare. Additional fare. So this will be our rate of increase. So this will be our rate of increase. So therefore, this will be our slope. So rate of increase. So therefore, this will be our slope. Right, and then last one, we also have our base fare or the starting fare. That would be 9 pesos for the first 4 kilometers. So that would be 9 pesos. So 9 pesos will be our base fare. So this will be our y-intercept with regards to our given equation. So this will be our y-intercept. Alright, and then simply plug in this one, class, on this given equation. And then you will get the answer. So once again, class, x is the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. So therefore, after the first 4 kilometers, the total kilometers, that will be 12, right? To get x, we just simply subtract this one. Once again, class, I hope you're not confused, class. X. So x right here, number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. Now, since the total distance, that will be 12, therefore, to get x, we just simply subtract this one, right? 12 minus 4. I hope, class, you're not confused, class. X will be the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. Now, since you traveled 12 kilometers, the total distance, there will be 12 kilometers. You just simply subtract this one, right? 12 minus 4, there will be 8. So, therefore, X will be 8. Because the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers, there will be 8. So, therefore, X, so let me just write it here. X is equals to 12 minus the first 4 kilometers, 4. So that would be x is equals to 8. 8 kilometers. So therefore, x will be 8 kilometers. Because x is the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. Alright, and then simply use this equation y equals mx plus b. So, y equals m is the slope. That will be the additional fare or the rate of increase. So that will be 1.50. Ignore first the peso sign. So once again, just ignore first the peso sign. So m will be 1.50. So 1.50 times x is the number traveled after the first 4 kilometers. So that will be 8, right? Because the total distance, that will be 12. And then minus the first 4 kilometers. So that will be 8. So x will be 8. Ignore first the kilometers. So 8 plus the base fare or the y-intercept. That will be b. Once again, this base fare, that will be our y-intercept. And that will be b. So that will be 9 pesos. So not plus 9. Alright, and this will be y equals 1.50 times 8. What's the answer, class? We did it a while ago. That's correct. That will be 12, right? 1.50 times 8, that will be 12 plus 9. So therefore, the total fare is equals to 21 pesos. And that's it, class. You're all set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. So therefore, every passenger will pay 21 pesos if you travel 12 kilometers. So we can write that one to finalize our answer. Every passenger will pay 21 pesos if he or she travels 12 kilometers. That's it, class. You're all set. Every passenger will pay 21 pesos if he or she travels 12 kilometers. And then we're all set, class, with regards to example number 1. All set. Alright, so once again, class, I will give you 4 examples for you to understand this one, class. Let's proceed now to example number 2. Alright, so let's have example number 2. A nearby sari-sari store sells instant noodle packs for 12 pesos and 50 cents each. What will the sari-sari store profit after 50 packs are sold? Now, with this given example number 2, class, if you understand the problem, class, this will be very easy, class, because the instant noodle packs is sold 12 pesos and 50 cents each. Now, if you sold 50 packs, therefore, class, to get the total sales, you just simply multiply this one, right? Basic math, class. You know that each pack is sold 12 pesos and 50 cents. Now, if you sold 50 packs, therefore, class, to do the mental math, you just simply multiply this one, right? And that will be the total sales. So, if you multiply this one, 12.50 multiplied by 50, so 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 carry 2, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2, that would be 12, 2 carry 1, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, and then simply add, so bring down 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 2 is 2, bring down 6, and then you count plus how many numbers to the right of the decimal point. We have 2 numbers to the right of decimal point. Therefore, we need to have 2 numbers to the right of the decimal point with regards to our final answer. So, the decimal point is here. Therefore, the final answer, that would be 625. Therefore, class, the total sales is 625 pesos. That's it, class. You're all set. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 2, if you understand the problem. Now, since we need to have our equation of a line, the slope-intercept form, alright, so let's do that. So this will be y equals mx plus b. So this will be the slope-intercept form. We use this one to find our answer. So once again, let's write down the given. So let's start with x. Alright, so x will be the number of packs sold. So x will be the number of packs sold. So this will be our independent variable. So independent variable. And then we also have y. We're looking for y, that will be the total sales. And this will be our dependent variable. Dependent variable. And then we also have this one. Given the selling price, that will be 12 pesos and 50 cents each. So the selling price, that will be 12 pesos and 50 cents each. So this will be the selling price. Or this will be our rate of increase. Rate of increase. And this will be our slope. Alright, and then we don't have the y-intercept. We don't have the value of b because we don't have our base pair. Once again, we don't have the value of the y-intercept or the value of b. Alright, so let me just plug in this one in our given equation. So y equals mx plus b. So we don't have the value of y because we're looking for the total sales. So simply copy y equals the slope or the rate of increase, that will be 12 pesos and 50 cents. So ignore first the peso sign. So 12.50. And then x, once again, class, x is the number of packs sold. Once again, class, x is the number of packs sold. Therefore, x will be 50, right? Because you sold 50 packs. So therefore, x will be 50 times 50. Alright, and then we don't have the value b, class. We can just simply ignore b because we don't have the y-intercept. We don't have the base pair. Once again, we can just simply ignore b because we don't have the value b. Or you can write plus 0, class. That will be really fine. Your y-intercept is 0. You will have the same answer anyways. You can put plus 0 right here. Your y-intercept is 0. But let's just ignore b, class. Once again, let's just ignore 0 because we don't have the value b. So simply ignore this one. And then simply multiply. So y equals, we multiplied this one a while ago. So therefore, the answer, class, is 625 pesos. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 2. That's it, class. You're all set. Therefore, we can say the total sales. So total sales Total sales is 625 pesos. That's it, class. You're all set. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Alright, so let's have example number 3. So Ben operates a tricycle service with a fare of 15 pesos for the first 3 kilometers and an additional of 2 pesos for every kilometer after that. Write down the linear function that represents the problem. How far must you travel to earn 100 pesos in a single trip? So quite complicated with regards to example number 3 because you're looking for the number of kilometers to earn 100 pesos. Once again, this will be quite complicated plus we cannot do the mental calculation, so we need to write down the given or we need to use the slope-intercept form equation of a line. So this will be y equals mx plus b. So once again, class, we're looking for the number of kilometers that you must travel to earn 100 pesos. We're looking for the number of kilometers. So once again, class, let's write down the given. So let's start with x. Now x will be the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. Once again, class, we don't know what will be the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. We know, once again, class, we know that on the first 3 kilometers, you will pay 15 pesos, right? And this will be the base fare. So the base fare, there will be 15 pesos for the first 3 kilometers. But the problem right here, class, we don't know what will be the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. And we already have the idea, class, that you will pay additional 2 pesos for every kilometer after the first 3 kilometers. So therefore, on the 4th kilometers, you will pay 2 pesos. On the 5th kilometer, you will pay 2 pesos. On the 6th kilometer, you will pay 2 pesos, and so on. But once again, the problem, we don't know the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers, and that would be x. So x will be the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. So x will be the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. And then this will be our independent variable. So this will be our independent variable. Alright, and then for y, so we have the total fare for y. Total fare earned. We can do that one. Total fare earned. Once again, this total fare earned, that will be y. And it's already given, class. We have the value of y, that will be 100 pesos. Once again, class, we have the value of y. You traveled to earn 100 pesos. So therefore, class, the total fare earned is 100 pesos. It's given, class, on this given statement number 3. Alright, and then we have the additional fare. This one right here. So we have 2 pesos. So 2 pesos, this will be an additional fare. And additional fare. And additional fare. This will be an additional fare. So there will be 2 pesos. Or we can have this one, the rate of increase. Alright, so once again, class, for y, this will be our dependent variable. And then this one right here, this will be our slope. And then we also have this one, the base fare. There will be 15 pesos. So 15 pesos. This will be the base fare. Alright, so base fare, or this will be our y-intercept. So once again, this will be our y-intercept. Base fare or the starting fare. Y-intercept. Alright, and then simply plug in this one on this given equation. So y equals mx plus b. So once again, class, the first step right here, write down the linear function that represents the problem. So let's write down the linear function. So this will be y equals the slope. There will be 2. Once again, the slope is 2. So 2 pesos, an additional fare or rate of increase. There will be 2. And then copy x. Once again, let's copy first x. So 2 times x. And then plus the y-intercept, there will be 15 pesos. And this will be the linear function, class. Once again, class, this will be the linear function that represents the problem. So that will be y equals 2x plus 15. Once again, class, this is the first answer, class, the linear function that represents the problem. So y will be the total fare equals 2 is the slope, the rate of increase, and then x is the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. So that will be 2x. If you have the slope and x, it means multiplication. So 2 times x, that will be 2x. And then plus the base fare is 15. So this will be our first answer, class, with regards to this one. Write down the linear function, and this will be the linear function. Alright, so let's solve now the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. Once again, class, we're looking for x because we have given y. So once again, class, we're looking for x because we have given y. So simply substitute the value of y. So y is 100. So once again, class, total fare, that will be 100. This one right here. So y is 100 pesos. This one right here. So y is 100. Simply substitute, class, the value of y. Ignore first the peso sign. So 100 equals 2x plus 15. Alright, so to get the value of x, we can subtract both sides by 15, right? Once again, class, to get the value of x, we can subtract both sides by 15. You have two solutions, class. The first one, you can apply subtraction property of equality. You can subtract both sides by 15. Question, why is that, sir? So that you can cancel this out, right? Because positive 15 combined with negative 15, you can just simply cancel that out. And then 100 minus 15, that would be 85 equals 2x. So you can do this one, class, applying subtraction property of equality. But if you're confused, class, you can do this one. You can just simply transpose. You can just simply transpose this one, class, 15 from right to left. Now, question, sir, why do we need to transpose 15 from right to left? So that, class, the remaining expression on the right side of this equal sign, this one right here, class, will be only 2x. Once again, we need to transpose 15 from right to left so that, class, the remaining expression will be only 2x because we're looking for x. Now, once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. So this will be 100. We transpose 15 from right to left. From this equal sign, you change the sign. This is positive 15. It will become negative 15 equals copy 2x. And then 100 minus 15, that would be 85 equals 2x. You will have the same answer, class, anyways. It's up to you, class, which do you prefer. And then to get the value of x, we can apply division property of equality. You can divide both sides by 2. So that, class, you can cancel this out. And then 85 divided by 2. What's the answer, class? 85 divided by 2. That's correct. That would be 42.5 is equals x. That's it, class. You're all set. That's the answer, class, with regards to this one. The number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers, that will be 42.5 kilometers. So therefore, x will be 42.5. So x will be 42.5 kilometers. Therefore, class, after the first 3 kilometers, the number of kilometers, class, that will be 42.5 kilometers. Now, question, is this our final answer? Question, class, is this our final answer? Nope, this is not yet our final answer. We need to add, class, 3 kilometers because it's already included, class. The first 3 kilometers are already included on 15 pesos base fare. Once again, class, this one right here, class, 42.5 kilometers. This is just the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. I hope you understand this one, class. We do have the word after. Now, after the first 3 kilometers, this is the answer, class. You traveled 42.5. Once again, class, you traveled 42.5. The first 3 kilometer, class, is already included with regards to our base fare. Once again, class, the first 3 kilometer is already included with regards to our base fare. So therefore, class, to get the total kilometers, we need to add by 3. Once again, class, to get the number of kilometers, the total kilometers. Now, why is that, sir? Because the first 3 kilometer, class, it's already stated that 15 pesos for the first 3 kilometer, this is already on the base fare. The first 3 kilometer, class, is included on the base fare. Now, this 42.5 kilometer, class, this is just the number of kilometers after. You have this word after, class, after the first 3 kilometers. So therefore, class, we need to add 3 more kilometers because the first 3 kilometers is already included on the base fare. So therefore, we just simply add this one by 3 kilometers. So 42.5 kilometers plus 3 kilometers. Therefore, class, the total kilometers, once again, class, I hope, class, you're not confused, class, the total kilometers, that would be 45.5 kilometers. Once again, class, the total kilometers, that would be 45.5. And then you're all set, class. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. I hope, class, you're not confused, class. This x right here, class, This is just the number of kilometers. This one right here, class. Number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. You have this word, class, after. Therefore, class, the first 3 kilometers is not yet included. Okay, the first 3 kilometers, class, is not yet included because you have this word after. Therefore, this x right here, 42.5, this is just the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. So therefore, class, we need to add 3. Because the first 3 kilometers test is not yet included with regards to this x value. Okay, because 3 kilometers test is already included on the base fare. But regards to our answer class, this one right here, 42.5. This is just the number of kilometers after the first 3 kilometers. Therefore, class, the total kilometers, you need to add 3, class, that would be 45.5. And then you're all set, class. Therefore, we can say, alright, so we don't have enough space, class. Let me just write it here to finalize our answer. So we can say you must have 45.5 kilometers in total to have 100, don't have enough space, let's to have 100 pesos fare. And then you're all set, class. That's it, class. You must have 45.5 kilometers in total to have a 100 pesos fare. That's it, class. You're all set. So quite complicated, right? With regards to example number 3. You're all set, class. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. That would be 45.5 kilometers. Alright, now how about you try example number 4, class? And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below because we don't have enough time, class. I do apologize, class. So how about you try example number 4, class? And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. Once again, class, if you have some questions with regards to this one, class, problem solving, class, you put your question, class, on the comment section down below, and then we'll be answering this one, class. Once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. You try this one, class, example number 4. Alright, now how about you try this one, class? I will give you 2 examples, class. Example number 4 and then number 5. You try this one, class, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So for number 4, class, this is quite the same, class, with regards to example number 1. Once again, class, for number 4, quite the same, class, with regards to example number 1. So Maria operates a tricycle service. The fare is 15 pesos for the first 3 kilometers and an additional of 2 pesos for each kilometer after that. So how much will a passenger pay if they travel 10 kilometers? And then for number 5, class, you can do the mental math. Very easy, class, with regards to example number 5. If you work 2 days for 8 hours straight in the fast food center where you earn 100 pesos per hour, how much will you earn? So you try this one, class, example number 5. So very easy, class, with regards to example number 5. You can do the mental math. So you try this one, class, example number 4 and then number 5. And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.